Buckle up, guys, because things are about to get crazy. Yes, that's right, even crazier than usual. The US is doing literally everything it can to make sure that nobody wants to ever do trade with us again. Think I'm joking? Let's go ahead and jump right into the articles. First things first, Hamas leaders escape Israel's Doha strike by ditching phones, Hezbollah reveals. Okay, think about that, what that means, right? That means that these phones were being tracked by Israel. Now, we knew that a few years ago, Israel had a very advanced spyware, which it called Pegasus, that was infecting Android and iOS phones, is working its way up even to the top levels of the US government so that they could spy on them. And that was discovered, and apparently they had talks. But just think about this, right? This was something that we haven't heard about. Nobody knows what it is. More than likely, this is probably on all Western phones. But even if it isn't, think of how this disincentivizes anybody from the global south from wanting to use an Apple or Android phone, unfortunately, if you're America, right? Because we like selling phones to the rest of the world because it brings in jobs, it brings in money. And now we're telling people, hey, if you buy one of these devices, the government is going to allow Israel to put tracking into it. So if you ever say anything bad about them, they can send precision guided missiles to your house, right? It's not saying that directly, but it's what's kind of saying, right? And so what do you want to do? Do you want to buy the precision guided missile going to blow up in your face if you post something that someone doesn't like? Or do you want to buy an alternative phone? Well, you might want to buy an alternative phone. And Huawei is starting to sell into more countries. Okay, so this to me is just insanity. Agrees with me is Nicolas Maduro, as he holds up his Huawei Mate X6, and he says it cannot be hacked by U.S. cyber spies. Apparently, he got this phone as a gift from President Xi, and Maduro was happy to show it off and say it's the greatest phone in the world. Okay, so imagine that in Venezuela, they'll be selling Huawei phones, and if you got the choice over there, you're probably going to be looking at that, or you're going to be looking at the precision guided missile phone that brings those missiles to your doorstep. Which one do you want? Moving on to the next item where people might not want to work with us. I'm sure you all heard about the Korean disaster that happened over here. That is that Hyundai and LG invested lots of money, billions of dollars into building a factory over here. They got the okay to bring workers over. These workers are workers that are highly specialized in getting these factories off the floor. You can't just take workers in America and just train them, and have them do it, reading a book or something. You have to have these specialized people come over, get the factory going, and train the Americans to work in the factories, right? And apparently, Korea brought receipts that the whole time from the State Department, they got the A-OK, yep, paperwork on the way. And, well, guess what happened? Donald J. Trump went and arrested and treated 350 Korean nationals as criminals. Literally as criminals, they treated them on TV, quite the spectacle, put them in cuffs, dragged them on the floor, threw them in cold jail cells with concrete floors, hard beds, terrible food, bad lighting, absolutely cold. These are highly intelligent Korean workers being treated worse than common criminals. Wow. And what crime did these people do? The crime of listening to the U.S. government when it was said that they were okay to come over here, right? And then on the plane, apparently Trump asked them if they would stay. Oh, wait a second. Maybe we shouldn't ship them. So on the same day that Kristi Noem is saying that she wants them let out in handcuffs and charged as criminals before they leave, Trump realizes maybe we shouldn't do this because they can't continue to build the factory. And LG and Hyundai said, what are you doing? We can't continue our investment unless we have these people here to start the factory. And so Trump asked them if they wanted to stay. And out of 350, only one stayed. And the one that stayed was because they had a lot of family over here. Okay, and they wanted to see their family. And that was part of the reason they came over here. And so now Trump makes this post because it's like, oh, hey, Korea was going to invest like $500 billion in America. And all of a sudden they're like, maybe we shouldn't do that. That's just how they treat us. He writes this: when foreign companies who are building extremely complex products, machines, and various other things come into the United States with massive investments, I want them to bring their people of expertise for a period of time to teach and train our people how to make these very unique and complex products. As they phase out of our country and back into their land, if we didn't do this, all their massive investment will never come in the first place. Chips, semiconductors, computers, ships, trains, and so many other products that we have to learn from others how to make, or in many cases relearn because we used to be great at it, but not anymore. For example, shipbuilding, where we used to build a ship a day and now we barely build a ship a year. I don't want to frighten off or disincentivize investment into America by outside countries or companies. We welcome them. We welcome their employees, and we are willing to proudly say we will learn from them and do even better than them at their own game sometime into the not too distant future. This was actually a halfway decent, I got to go full screen. I got to rant. That was a halfway decent tweet, truth, whatever you call it. That wasn't actually that bad, okay, for Donald Trump, right? It's like almost an apology. It's not an apology, but it's like almost an apology. And then he's got to end it with his Trumpiness. I'm a jerk. I'm a moron, right? And I imagine somebody else wrote the entire thing, and that last sentence was him. We are willing to proudly say we will learn from them and do even better than them at their own game. This is how you're telling the world to come here? Oh, we're going to do it better than you. We're better than you. We're always got to be better. It can't be we just learn from you and go from there. We're better than you. We're going to be better than you. Again, zero-sum game mentality. Remember what I said on this channel? The West is infected with it. This guy can't even go and apologize. It's nuts. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. This is the leader of my country. He acts like a child. Okay? Like, this post was well written. It obviously wasn't written by him. Okay? But it's very well written. And it's not an apology, because you know he could never just straight out apologize, but it's somewhat like that. It's like, hey, we messed up. We do need these people. We do, and we welcome your people, right? Now, if I had wrote it, I would say, we're sorry about what happened. It was really wrong. Okay, we need your people over here. This will never happen again. They didn't have that type of stuff in there. But he's just putting it out there. Okay, yes, we need these people. Your people are extremely, they have this specialized knowledge. We need you to help. Please come back and help us. We want your investment, et cetera, et cetera. But then at the bottom, he said, I got to put this in there, that we're going to be better than them. What? Why am I going to help you if your only goal is to be better than me at something? Like if you just say it like that, jerky, like maybe I'm going to teach you tennis and you're going to get better than me. Okay. But are you going to tell me the first day? Right? The only reason I want you to teach me is so I can beat you, because you stink. I'm going to be better than you. I'm always going to be better than you at everything. Oh my God. So I don't know. I don't know what to say, guys. That's all I got for you today. This is just nuts. It's just nuts, right?